Okay, we'll see if people. Hello. I hopefully this works. They. This is really nerve wracking. So, hello. Yes, I am back. This is really terrifying. Just because it's been so long since I've been here. It works. It works now. Good. Thank you. Huh. There's like this whole I've been gone for granted, I've been gone a long time, like 5 freaking months. And when I got back on, I was like, I'm gonna do a live streaming thing. I'm gonna do a chat. And it's like you have to download software now, and it's like, yeah, very, very overwhelming. So, how have I been? I've been great and overwhelmed, I will say that. Um, Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad, Couch. So yes, I got married, I moved, I changed jobs, and I also had surgery. And don't worry, I'm okay. I'm not. Just it was just something that I wanted to do forever, and so anyway, the recovery process was like a lot longer than I had expected. And then I was like really terrified of coming back because of, yeah. So anyway, I know I'm here. So, oh, now that I'm back in memory, very amazing reactor. Yeah, no. And the longer I stayed away, the harder it felt to come back, if that makes any sense. Like, I am so nervous right now. Like, I'm not sweating, but like, I'm really nervous. This is the new place. This is the second bedroom. So it's the guest bedroom. And so we're going to be setting up um, a, a studio down the basement, which is now under construction. So, yeah, and this is going to be makeshift. And I kept on being like, well, when the studio's set up. And then I was like, that might not be until April. So I just decided to dive in. So the wedding was awesome. I'm going to do a video kind of talking about the wedding. I know that that's probably not something that everyone's interested in, but there it is. And I am also going to talk about the surgery that I had because it's so I had bags under my eyes and I didn't like them, and so I got them taken out. And yeah, so but I had like epic things happen to me in the process of this whole surgery thing. So um oh, thanks, Kat Levi's page. Um, react to my wedding video. I should, except here's the thing. My wedding was long. It was a full Anglican wedding with communion. So it was like an hour and 15 minutes long, complete with like Renaissance chamber choir music. I mean, it was a thing. So that might be a really long video. So maybe I'll do some of the highlights, but then I have to blur out some people's faces because not everyone wants to be on my YouTube channel. Um, so my Iceland trip, it was amazing. It was so good. It was so good. Um, so Chris and I were there for a week and we kayaked with some seals and we hiked on a glacier and I drank water and chipped off a piece of the glacier. And it was like everything I wanted it to be until our guide, who was this awesome dude, was like, yeah, you probably shouldn't do that. That water is radioactive. So I just need to lay up the Brazil nuts for a little bit. Um, anyway, so yeah, that was our trip, and we ate lots of great food, and we swam, and it was just, it was delightful. I had a lot of lamb, a lot of seafood. Um, Seals can't kayak, but I nice. I see what you did there. But we kayaked and a seal swam next to us, which was so cute. And so many waterfalls. And the thing with Iceland is it's very bleak looking, but is exquisitely beautiful. And so you think, oh, this waterfall, nothing can top this waterfall. And then you go to the next one and you're like, oh, nothing can top this one. And then it just gets better and better and better. So it was a fantastic, it was a fantastic trip. So we're thinking about going back in next fall. There is this music festival that Chris loves called Iceland Airwaves. And so we might go to that. So we'll see. Well, hello. Is it Gira? Gira, Hira? I don't know how to pronounce it. Ooh, I just got the chills. From Japan. Well, I would assume you're Japanese from Japan. Let's see. By the way, when you have the time, react to Rising of the Shield Hero. It's a good title. So yeah. It's a Christmas miracle. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I've been gone for so long. It's your 21st birthday. I did not drink on my 21st birthday. In fact, I didn't drink until I was like really, I mean, I didn't really drink all that much anyway, but I mean, I didn't like go out and have drinks with people until I was like in my mid to late 20s. Like I just, oof. Let's see. So do I have any New Year's plans? And hello, Daryl Knight. And hello, James Osborne. It's been forever. And yes, I am going to continue Promised Neverland. Don't worry. I really want to know what happens. So you're completely wasted. Eat something. Eat something. Any New Year's plans? Yes. So I actually like to go out on New Year's. Chris hates to go out on New Year's. So as a compromise, we're having people over to our place for New Year's, which is great because I love to entertain. Love it. I do a spread of all sorts of foods and meats and cheeses and desserts and pies and cakes and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's what we're doing on New Year's. And then we go out and bang with pots and pans. New studio, Crayon PH, hasn't happened quite yet just because our basement is under construction. And so when the basement is finished, then there will be a studio area. But for right now, I'm in the guest bedroom. What about Demon Slayer? Sure, I'm down for Demon Slayer. I mean, I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so if they're anything similar. And yes, no, I do sound a little different because I'm in a room that has an echo. So I'm sure once, I don't know, I'm going to put some curtains up or something to kind of get rid of the echo. So yeah, I do sound different. Do you think there'll be any collaboration videos with the hubby? We want the hubby involved. I will lobby stringently for him to come visit the channel. But there's actually a friend of mine who's interested in starting a reaction channel, and I thought kind of him starting his reaction channel, I would have him kind of join, be a special guest. I would love to have more special guests to the show when I start really diving in again. Just because, I don't know, it's fun to watch with people. I get you like watching reactions because I like watching reactions. So I kind of want to do a reaction video where I've already seen it, but I want someone who hasn't to watch the 1982 The Thing with Kurt Russell, just because it's so crazy. So that would be something kind of fun to watch. Be prepared to be, yes, be prepared to be bombarded by a ton of anime recommendations. I expected that. Yeah, I'm anticipating a barrage, one might say, of recommendations. So let's see. Watch Kimetsu no I totally butchered that. Oh, that's Demon Slayer. Is that a new one? Is that a new one? I'm so out of the loop. I will say that's the drawback um, of my new job is it's very exhausting and the hours are a little different. So my schedule feels just very stressful and I'm a little overwhelmed with how my lifestyle has changed since my job switch. So I'm having to figure out like I had to carve out time to do reactions as opposed to when I was a teacher. I was like, oh, I get home at 3 and then I can like do some reactions, go work out, hang out with Chris. And now it's like, no, I need to figure out like I need to kind of treat this as a second job in a lot of ways. So um okay, it might be anime of the year for 2019. That's why it's a top recommendation. Okay. I'm down. I hoping that yeah, hoping I'll have time. What's my new job? I'm actually a corporate trainer at a bank. So I train people how to be bankers and tellers, which is not nearly as fun sounding as like I'm a high school science teacher, but I don't have to deal with parents. And that's a plus. So, and I get paid a lot more. Um, but it's been an adjustment period just because it is so different than what I had been doing for 8 years. Um, so yeah, it's kind of it's an adjustment. I will say that. Demon Slayer anime of the year. Oh yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see it and I'll have to watch Demon Slayer and decide. Um, yeah. Dr. Stone. Oh my gosh, there's so much. Oof, parents can be bad. Oh my gosh. It's parents, they're the reason why I stopped teaching. I loved my students. I felt like I was pretty good at it. I had hit my stride where it was like, oh yeah, like this is what we're teaching today. Great, let's pull this out. But there's only so many times you can have a parent tell you that you're a bad person because their kid who doesn't do any work has a C. Um, it's just really hard to deal with that. So I needed a break. I was burned out. And I always told my students that when I stopped loving it, I'd leave because teachers don't make enough money to stay teaching if you don't love it. So I left. And I sometimes regret that decision, but sometimes I'm really happy I made that decision. So it's kind of a give and take type thing. Dr. Stone are into science. I know, I still love science. In fact, earlier today, I was talking to someone about ethylene gas and how it helps ripen fruit and where that term like one bad apple spoils the barrel and actually has scientific grounding. And as I'm explaining this to this girl, I was like, oh, I miss talking about those sort of things. And you just really can't do that if you're teaching someone how to use a piece of bank software. So yeah. Gavin, I um sometimes regret leaving teaching. That kind of hit me acutely today. But yeah, I'm enjoying my job now. Like I do, I love my coworkers. I feel like I'm making a difference in the company. Like it's great, but I do miss the kids. They were a riot. So, um, I read something about editing. I okay, Mitch Hamilton 64. I didn't hate my students. I never hated my students. Some of them drove me nuts, and I'm like, quit stapling your neighbor's leg, please. Or, no, I wouldn't eat that if I were you. That is a pig spleen. Or, why are you drawing all over your neighbor's face? Just stuff like that. So, yeah. I taught high schoolers, actually. I taught freshman and sophomore high schoolers, and the kids were just, they were a riot. Um, they would do like the weirdest things, and you're just like, I don't, like, I remember one time I was teaching and a kid just looked at me, picked picked up his biology book and threw it out the window because why not? So just stuff like that happened all the time. So um what the F is going on? Well, I was talking about my previous career as a biology teacher and how I sometimes miss it. Um yeah. What an age, oh yeah, what an age that is. Yeah, they were, I don't think I would ever want to teach middle school. Adults are fun. Adults are nice. Just because I'm not like a superior to them, it's just kind of a dialogue and a conversation, and they're motivated because their job depends on how well they learn it, so which is nice, and that's something that high schoolers didn't care about. So anyway, let's see, what, teaching in community college. Okay, Gavin, that is my dream job, is actually to be a community college professor. But I only have a master's, and it's really hard to get those gigs, like really hard. Um, so yeah, like they always go to PhDs. So there's no way I could teach that, which is really sad. Um, oh, hey, Alex. Hilariously, you are not the only Alex that I had with purple hair in my 8-year career. So, but I'm pretty sure I know which one you are. Do I enjoy gaming sometimes? So I played Counter-Strike in high school. I would go to LAN parties. That kind of gives you my age, which I think everyone knows my age at this point. And then I played Halo 2 with my roommate Lindsay in college. But I haven't really played any like video games. Chris and I love board games. We play board games all the time. But and we kind of like the more logical, kind of nerdy board games, not like Monopoly or anything. Yeah, I begged my parents to get me a PC so I could play, but they were like, no. So I ended up just having to go to LAN parties and bum a computer off of someone, and eat pizza and drink Surge and Pringles, the whole kit and caboodle. Yeah, I love board games, Alan. Right now, Chris and I are really into Sagrada. We like that one, and oh gosh, hold on a second. Hey, babe, Chris, hold on. Woo. Hey, never mind. Never mind. He's actually playing a video game right now. Well, he's shooting zombies. I don't know. I was gonna ask him what game I kick his butt at every time. I think it's Splendor. I just figured out how to win it, and I just dominate every time. So, um, it's fine. I'm just so nervous to be back on, so it's fine. Um, let's see. Wait, I graduated early. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That actually really means a lot because, teachers always get that they're terrible. And so it's really great to hear from people that they actually really like doing class. Even though I was really, even though I think I was probably a hard teacher. So let's see. They played D&D, right? Funny thing about D&D, my roommate in college, her name was Jane. And she ended up marrying And actually, a guy ended up moving in with us in our dorm room, which was like a big no-no in my college. Um, anyway, she ended up marrying the grandson of Gary Gygax. Is that the guy's name? The guy who invented D&D. So anyway, she ended up marrying the grandson of the D&D inventor. I always want to say Gary Lezak, who is the weatherman in Kansas City. So I get the names confused. One, D&D inventor. Two, beloved weather forecaster. Very different people. I think, yeah, I appreciate difficult teachers. I loved the teachers that were really hard. So it's like, yeah. Let's see. A bit early for anime proposition, but there's one anime called Beastar that is amazing. Right now, Chris and I are watching The Expanse, which we're loving. We're only on season 3, but it's so good. I mean, I love science fiction. Love it, love it. I would say in terms of genre, science fiction and then Western probably goes right underneath it, followed by like political drama. So like The Expanse just kind of tickles all those. So I really, yeah, I'm loving it. Oh man. Let's see. Oh, have I watched Chernobyl? No, I haven't, but Chris and I definitely want to. We don't watch a lot of television, honestly, just because we're so busy. But yes, and we really like The Mandalorian, and I'm on the bandwagon. Baby Yoda is like the cutest thing ever. I didn't even know that people are obsessed with Baby Yoda until like 3 episodes in, where every time I watched it, I was like, Baby Yoda's so cute. And then I saw like a BuzzFeed article that was like, Baby Yoda, everyone's freaking out. The Expanse is epic. Just finished season 3. Best sci-fi season. Yes! Cap Levi Page. Yes, I absolutely agree. I was telling Chris about this the other day, that The Expanse is the best sci-fi from Battlestar Galactica, and I would say it is surpassing it, which is a huge deal for me to say, because I am a BSG. Yeah, I'm a BSG lover. Am I a feminist? No, I'm not. And I'm just not. I mean, it depends on what you mean as feminist. But there's a lot of baggage with that term, so I don't want to pick up the baggage. And I honestly just don't want to even redefine it. I think there's a lot of other things I could be doing with my time, like baking cookies. Then, really, I guess, becoming more woke, because that's not me. Let's see. Are you a Star Wars fan? I do love Star Wars. I have a Rebel keychain on my keys. And yeah, I do. I really like it. I'm going to Disney World. I'm going to go see what they've done. In fact, every time I was sick as a kid, I would always watch A New Hope. Like, that was the movie. It was that and The Rescuers Down Under. I don't know why those were the 2 movies that I watched when I was sick, but they were. Hello from Bolivia. Do you like Trump? No. Like, why are you using caps? Yes, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Let's see. Did you show your husband Attack on Titan? Yes, he watched a little bit of it. He definitely he enjoyed it. He thought it was very intense. But yes. Have I ever thought about cosplaying as Hanji? So many times. So many times have I thought about cosplaying as Hanji. But there has to be the right moment and time. I just don't want to like cosplay as Hanji for like no reason. There has to be like some reason for me to do it. So I think the next time there's like a Comic-Con type thing in Kansas City, I think I might go and dress up as Hachi. So we'll see. Have I watched Rise of Skywalker? No, I haven't. Don't ruin it for me. Moderators, if you see anything, I don't want it ruined for me. I haven't seen it yet. I want to. So yeah. Do you think you will? What do you think will happen in Attack on Titan season 4? I have no idea. I stopped making predictions about that show long ago because it's futile. You think one thing and then something else happens. It just throws you for a loop. I'm sure I'll make predictions when season 4 comes out, like right before. But as of right now, I really don't have any. Season 4 is the last season? Oh, that is so sad. But I hope it ends well. That's the thing. I would rather there be fewer episodes than I want if it is true and it is true to the story and just does a good job of telling it. I don't like the ones that just kind of keep going, like Lost. Yeah. Or Game of Thrones. The Witcher. I'm interested in watching The Witcher. The reviews haven't been stellar, and there have been a lot of stuff going on about his hair. I don't have a problem with his hair. I mean, if that's what he's like in the book, just let it be. No one seems to be like super upset about Daenerys' hair. I mean, it's kind of similar. So I'm okay with wigs if it's true to what the character should look like. So, back up about the wig. Have I watched Breaking Bad? I watched like the first 3 episodes of Breaking Bad. I stopped at the bathtub scene, which I understand is like the most, like, that's the grossest part of the show. But I think for me, I didn't know what type of show it was. If I knew that it was a show about the downfall of the American man and like the corruption of good people, then I would have gone into it differently, but I kept rooting for people to make good decisions and they kept making bad ones. And so I found it kind of demoralizing. So I had to stop. Do I play video games? I don't play any video games now. I just don't have time. I would love to play some video games. I actually want a game that I want to play. Power Pete. Power Pete is a video game on the Power PC. So like Mac before Mac did the Intel chips. It was made by Pangea Games. And I want to play it again. I never beat it. I never finished it. I only got to the Candyland the Candyland level. And I really want to play Power Pete again. In fact, that's like on my bucket list before I die is beat Power Pete. Publish a book and have a family and then play Power Pete. Let's see. Let's see. There was a writer's strike. Writer strikes suck. They've ruined so many shows, but I understand writers need money too. Succession. Yeah, that looked interesting. I don't know. Here's the thing. There's so many good shows. There's just not enough time in the day to watch it. I mean, if I made watching television, reacting to television like my full-time job, which actually sounds exhausting and wonderful at the same time, I still wouldn't be able to watch everything. So, in considering I have a full-time job, yeah, like there's only so much time. Have I watched Inception? Jay Snow? I watched most of Inception. I honestly turned it off about 3/4 of the way through. Mainly because I don't fly well. I don't, and I needed something that was going to distract me from the flight because I I got really nervous, and Inception wasn't doing it for me. So I switched to a documentary in North Korea, which actually was compelling enough for me to, like, I like a good documentary. So let's see if you watch Chronicle. Never even heard of it. Oh my gosh, the Cats movie. I haven't seen the Cats movie, but the trailer is terrifying. I hate the Cats musical. I hate it. So I don't want to go watch a movie or I have to listen to that music because there's only so many times you can hear memories without like your ears bleeding. So, but I love watching the trailer because it looks so creepy and terrifying. Yeah, it's not good. Which job is more demanding, the current one or the previous one? This one, but that is because I had been a teacher for 8 years. I'd been teaching the same content for 8 years. So by year 8, I was bored. This is more exhausting just because I have to learn everything. I knew nothing about banking coming into my job. And it was like I had to learn how to be a banker, a loan officer. I have to learn how to do IRAs and IOLTAs. I also have to learn how to be a teller with all the regulations. And there's just so much stuff. So yeah, I would say I think it'll be a breeze. Maybe not breeze, but I think it'll be much easier. But right now I'm kind of in the first year experience. My first year this does not come anywhere close to how terrifying, stressful, and agonizing my first year of teaching was, where I kid you not, for the first 2 weeks of my first year teaching, I sobbed driving home. It was awful. So this is, I haven't really, I haven't melted down the way I did when I was in my first year teaching. Never seen Cats, never will, not my thing. Yeah, I love Cats. I do. Like the animal, not the show. But I don't love them. Actually, maybe I love them too much to see half human, half cat CGI hybrids prancing about butchering T.S. Eliot poems. Yeah, not my thing. Let's see. I had a high school teacher that used to brag about her diplomas all the time. Oh, I'm about to run out of battery. I should go get my cord. Yeah, no, didn't really brag about my diplomas, and yes, I am watching My Hero Academia. I'll continue it. Did you start off teaching high schoolers? I did. Yes, I did. I started teaching high schoolers. And I stayed teaching high schoolers. Am I into musicals? Chris likes to say, he quotes someone saying that musicals are, hold on, let me see. He'll say it better than I can. Chris? What do you say about musicals again?
Oh,
come in and tell them. Oh. Chris is coming in.
Musicals are full of actors who can't sing and singers who can't act.
That's his stance on musicals. I think a large portion of the time that is an accurate statement. However, Les Mis is definitely an exception. I'm sure there's some out there that are different, that are exemplary, but I just haven't seen them yet. Let's see. Oh, they're very excited to see you, babe. Yes. He says hello. Hold on. I'm going to go get a, do you think women should vote? What type of question is that? Of course I do. Hold on a second. I'm going to go get my power cord. I'm at 8%. Okay. And success. I can't believe how many trolls are in an 80-person feed. I mean, trolls don't, I mean, whatever. I don't really care about that sort of thing. Like, whatever. I am who I am. These are my positions, and that's that. Please react to Raoni Kenshin. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah. I don't know. I did appreciate Moulin Rouge. Some of it. I thought that the weird one with the jiggly jello, if you've seen Moulin Rouge, you know which one I'm talking about. I thought that was a horrific song, but the other ones were quite fun. What do you think about Erwin Smith, like from Attack on Titan? I think he's awesome. Yeah. I've just finished Full Metal Brotherhood. Yes, I definitely want to watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I have seen the first iteration, but I haven't seen Brotherhood, which I hear is much better. So yeah, I'll definitely see it at some point. It's on the list. Any plan? What's your channel gonna be? It's Barry Reacts. I've thought about starting a new channel, just like an additional one, where I don't even know, because there's stuff that I want to do videos on that aren't necessarily anime or like TV show related that I would still like to do. So we'll see. Where did I get my glasses? Warby Parker. In fact, I just bought a new pair of Warby Parker glasses the other day. So I'm really excited to unveil them. How is the weather in Iceland compared to the US? Cold. Not super cold, like 50s. Between 30 and 50, but we went swimming all the time because there are these like hot pots, these like hot swimming pools. Oh, there are these like, it's ginormous bathtubs. It was delightful. I love a good hot tub. So, parkour channel confirmed. Like, are you suggesting that I do a parkour channel? Because that sounds like a recipe for intense medical bills and hilarity. And also, every future employer would lose their respect of me because I'd be such an idiot. Why don't I wear contacts? Well, I do have contacts now. So for years, I've had bags under my eyes. And I got them from my mom. I've had them since I was a kid. Anyway, and so I recently had surgery to get them taken out. So now I can go without my glasses and not look like I'm super tired. So that's exciting. So I will be wearing contacts more often. So, ta-da! So, yeah. I feel like I look kind of weird without my glasses. Like when I see myself, I'm like, it's too blank. There needs to be something here. But yeah. Let's see. The Vinland Saga. We actually bought all the sagas, and we're going to be reading through those at some point. So I think I want to read them before I watch it. I like this. Italo Vilca. Do you like Taylor Swift songs? Some of them. I'm not gonna lie, I think some of them are pretty catchy. I know, I'm just used to the glasses. There it is. I like that. Where is she? Oh, here I am with my glasses. Let's see. I mean, I find here, this is an interesting little factoid that I learned in Iceland. So the population of Iceland, they looked at the DNA of people who lived in Iceland, and they found that 75% of the male DNA was from was Viking, and 75% of the female DNA or mitochondrial DNA, or yeah, was from Ireland and Scotland. So the Vikings came down to the, the British islands and Ireland and all that stuff, and then stole women and then colonized Iceland, which I thought was kind of interesting. Adele versus Taylor Swift. Depends on my mood. I'm not a huge, what's my favorite song at the moment? Oh my gosh. Chris and I have become kind of obsessed with this guy from Japan called Tatsuro Yamashita. And he does like Japanese yacht rock from the 70s. It was called City Pop. And it is the most optimistic, gleeful sounding music you'll ever see or hear. So anyway, I'm really digging on some Tatsuro. Let's see. What other interesting facts do you have? I have so much random crap in my head. Maybe I'll have a video of just random facts that I used to tell my students because there was so much. Did I watch Joker? No, I haven't watched Joker yet. And Chris keeps on recommending me watch it, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. What? Yeah, no. Jay Snow. Christopher. Is that Christopher, my husband? Chris, are you on the live chat? Oh, okay. There's a guy named Christopher that says they love City Pop. Apparently, no. The Christopher that's on this is not my husband. So he was very confused. Have you heard? I'm sure I have. Chris got he's bought the CDs of Tatsuro, and yeah, it's really hard to find legally in the United States. So, he's an imposter. Oh, Chris is not Tatsuro. I was like, no, he's like the real deal. He's got a great voice. So yes, I will watch Joker at some point. I'm at a time in my life where I don't want to see sad stuff. I think I only have so much space in my life for sadness, and I leave that space has been dedicated to anime. So any other kind of shows that I watch or movies that I watch, I want to make sure that they're escapist and fun. I'm not reading them yet. We have them. I'm going to be reading them. So, yeah, but it's definitely on the list of things that I want to read before we go back, because I want to be able to, I don't know. I feel like when you go visit someplace, you should know the history and the literature and the music, the traditional music, just to get a really good perspective of the country. And I don't think I did Iceland a justice by not doing that before I went. So when I go back, I want to make sure that I have all that. Yes, Tatsuro's Wife is pretty popular. And yes, we do like Plastic Love. We have listened to it. Yeah, no, Joker. And that's the reason why I haven't watched Joker and Triple yet. It's just because I know that they're going to be rough. Yes, and the reactions will come back soon. The fact that I'm just back talking in front of a camera with the light and stuff, it's just going to be easier for me to actually dive back in and actually start doing more reactions. So I'm going to carve some time out. Is my hair naturally wavy? Yes, it is. This is actually very straight compared to what it usually is. One day I will, yes, I'll come online, or I'll do a video with my hair when it dries naturally, because it's very beachy. So Rosalie or Lady Gaga. Is it bad that I don't know who the first person is? I'm a little, I'm not very well versed in contemporary music. I'm just not. Um, I prefer kind of older stuff, like, from the 1800s and before. I love me some classical music. So, yeah, I'm not as down with some of the new stuff. Um, are you planning to do YouTube if my channel blew up? I'd consider it. That's something that Chris and I would have to talk about. Um, so, I mean, I think it'd be fun, but I also think that, there's this whole YouTube exhaustion thing that happens that I wouldn't want. Yeah. My hair routine, Tina. Well, that's one of the things. I mean, I don't really think the majority of my viewers want to know about how I do my hair, but if I did another channel, it could maybe called Barry in Real Life, and it would just, you know, be all the random stuff. Maybe cooking. Who knows? We'll see. And someone had something. Do I play any instruments? I am actually a classically trained pianist. From the age of 6 to 21 or 2, 22, I took piano from from professors at colleges and stuff. So I thought about making it making it a career and actually pursuing music instead of the sciences. But I have horrific stage fright. And if you're gonna be a music major, and if you're going to pursue music as a career, you better love performing. And I didn't. So I didn't do that. I have a guitar. My dad got me a very nice guitar because I told him that I would like to learn how to play the guitar. And I expected him to get me some like crappy thing. And guitar is painful. It hurts. So I played for about 2 weeks, and now I feel really guilty that my dad bought me a nice guitar. Chris and I have like 5 guitars. I want to learn how to play the hammered dulcimer. Oh, that's a beautiful instrument. Or the hurdy-gurdy. Let's see. Okay, maybe I will do that. So the second channel. So I'll do that. I'll have a second channel of just like random stuff. Could you be good at piano if you're not so good at using both hands at once? There are actually plenty of pieces that are written for just one hand, strangely enough. That, and if you can just like play chords and then you can do stuff like, yes, you can play piano. It's just maybe going to take you, it'll take you a little longer. Oh my gosh, Chris loves that movie, The Legend of 1900. And he actually asked me for his birthday and I didn't do it. And I feel really bad. He wanted me to learn how to play that, like the main piece for it. And I just didn't. So I think I might learn that for next year. Let's see. Can you please make a discussion video about Attack on Titan or anime with your friend or student? Oh, yeah, I could probably find a friend or two that want to talk to me about it. Definitely Nathan. He's one of the guys that wants to start his own channel. So yeah, that would be fun. Or and if I ever go visit Dawn, we could totally talk about nerdy stuff together. That would be fun. My favorite books. Let's see. It depends. Are we talking, there's many genres. I would say, what a random question. Are you Jewish? My mom's family, kind of not her immediate family, but was Jewish. But I am not. So, yeah. Anyway, my favorite books. I would say I love Harry Potter. I love the Dresden Files. And In terms of like actually good literature, I really like The City and the City Evil. That's a really good book. And I also really enjoy, I liked Hemingway. I really did. And I liked parts of The Grapes of Wrath, not all of it. And Never Let Me Go. Oh, that is a heavy book, but it's beautifully written. So those are some of my favorite books. Yes, The Dresden Files. Oh my gosh, yeah, I kind of have a crush on Harry Dresden. I mean, he's not real. I'm married, and then second, he's not real. So, but yeah, he's pretty great. Um, let's see. Yeah, no, that's the thing. I need to talk to Nathan about it. And actually, I think he goes by Nate. I don't know. So he's a friend of mine, but he's like a peripheral friend. He's married to a friend of mine, and I've kind of gotten to know him through that anyway. But he just randomly messaged me the other day and was like, I'm thinking about starting a reaction channel. And I'm like, well, why don't I just like bring him in? So that'd be kind of fun. What is the worst? What is the worst thing your students have done? In my classroom or in general? I would say in general. So this did not happen in my classroom, and it did not happen in any area that I could have gone into. So I was not responsible at all in any way to keep this from happening, because they weren't even my students, really. Well, no, they weren't, but one of them became a student of mine the next year. Some high schoolers decided to film an adult film in the bathroom at school. So that happened. So yeah, that's probably the worst thing I can think of. It's not, I mean, in class, I had a kid throw a desk at me. I got punched. I had one kid like grab the front of my shirt and like lift me and bam, like slam me on a desk. I had a kid try to kiss me once. I smacked him with a clipboard. Yeah, just crazy stuff. A desk, yeah, it was insane. Yeah, the kid who threw the desk, he did get expelled, but not because of the desk. There was like a bunch of other things. But I definitely getting slammed on the desk. That was pretty rough. I was sore for a couple days. And then, have you caught your students on weed? Actually, one of the things I did every 420 is I would come around and do the sniff test. And I'd walk around and I'd go to the office. And so I would like sniff all the kids. And then I confiscated all the Visine and stuff. And I made sure that on 420, I gave like the most epically hard test. It would be a 2-parter. And yeah, I didn't do it every year, but I did do it several years, where half was on 420 and half was on 421. So they actually had to study. So they couldn't just smoke pot. So what's the best thing your students have done? Oh, Hazel. Hi. Oh my gosh. Actually care and actually want to learn and work hard. And also treat me like a human, as opposed to like this thing that like materializes at 7 and then vaporizes at 3. And so, yeah, that was definitely something that I miss, is like students who actually cared. So, I would agree with that, but not all of them. There are definitely some students that have been pretty phenomenal. So Hazel being one of them, actually. Let's see. He was in high school and college. Yeah, it was crazy. But I actually didn't mind it, if that seems weird. I found parents being aggressive towards me way worse than a kid losing their mind and hitting me. Because the thing is, a lot of times the students that did that to me had a really bad home life, and they were in many ways just mimicking the behavior that they saw at home. So I'm not gonna really hold that against them. So what would you do if you got fired from your job, like my current job? I don't know. I think I'd love to be a stay-at-home wife and also maybe start a bakery business, like a baking cakes and cookies on the side. I don't know. I never thought about it. Yeah. So I'm actually a pretty stellar cook. So, have you ever gotten into any drama with your colleagues while working as a teacher? Yes. I had a fellow teacher who was who had a thing for me and did not like the fact that I did not return the feelings, and it got really weird. And I always made it a point, like this has always been my policy, is you never, ever, ever date a coworker. Ever. If you feel like you want to date a coworker, if you feel that strongly, like this is actually going somewhere, change jobs and then date. Do not date a coworker. It causes all sorts of problems. And so for me, like I didn't even date people that I went to high school with, because as far as I was concerned, my fellow students were my colleagues and I didn't want drama. So yeah, I didn't really date that much in high school. In fact, I had one boyfriend in high school that lasted for a week. And I broke up with him because my dad didn't like him. And yeah, so he's actually a quite prominent YouTuber, which is kind of funny. But that'll be for another time. I'll tell you who it is later. Very sweet. Oh, I'm not going to abbreviate BS. Was his name Jean? Who? This student, or who was Jean? Like the person I dated? Not Jean, but it sort of sounds like that. I did not work at an alternative school. I worked at an urban school for half of it. And then the other half I worked in the suburban school. So it was like 4 years at one, 4 years at the other. And I did not date PewDiePie in high school. No, I definitely did not. Yeah, so I worked both in this city and then in the suburbs. And honestly, I don't know. They had their ups and their downs. They had their pros and their cons. So I felt like I was more needed in the city. I felt like they appreciated me more. I have dated, in fact, I dated 4 guys named John, but Sean, yeah, that's the guy. And like, here's the thing, we didn't even actually go out on like an official date. It was so funny in high school. It was like, do you want to go out? Do you want to be my girlfriend? And I'm like, sure. And then when my dad found out, he was like, like freak out. And then I called a week later and was like, I'm sorry, I can't be your girlfriend. I mean, it was so funny and lame. Yeah. So that was my only boyfriend in high school. In fact, the guys used to say that my dad, they used to call him Stalin because he kept me hidden behind an iron curtain, which I thought was rather witty of them. But yeah, he was very, my dad did not like me dating boys until much later on. Let's see. Hi, Lima. Like, hi to someone who is in Lima. That sounds lovely. I would love to go there. I went on an unofficial date with a guy named John. Yeah. How about you in leather pants? No. No. Just they don't have stretch. They don't. They're skin. So those are uncomfortable. So yeah. Any experience with students having drug addiction problems? Oh, for sure. Like, so, I mean, that was just the vape thing. Good Lord. I mean, I remember when I first started teaching, vaping wasn't a thing. And now it's like, is this a USB drive or is this a vape pen? Like, or, you know, or a jewel. Is that what all the cool kids are calling it these days? Yeah, no. Ugh. So let's see. Do I speak Spanish? No, I don't. I wish I did, but I don't. In fact, Chris and I are talking about learning German. And my sister's like, so you can say affectionate things to each other and still sound angry? And I'm like, yes. I actually love German food and I love a lot of aspects of the German culture. So yeah. I will do a poll, don't worry, but I have to finish the ones that I'm actually watching now before I do the poll for the next ones. Let's see. Yes, I will continue to react to anime. But don't worry. I mean, there'll be other stuff too. Yeah. All right. It is 10:23 and I'm going to go to bed soon because let's see. So it's what's essay? I know it's I and then Kinder, but I'm trying to figure out what that verb is. I mean, you've got ich ein Kind, I am a child. I actually think it's beautiful, but yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna be heading to bed soon too. I'm sure Chris is like, dude, let's go to bed. And then Hurley, our dog, is just gonna like take all of my leg room. If you could choose, do you want a son or a daughter? Son, absolutely. I want boys. And the reason for that is because it is a lot easier to teach a boy to be a gentleman than it is to teach a girl to wait for one. So that's why I would like sons. However, if I get girls, that'll be great too. I would love to start a family. I'd love to have kids. I would. And Chris and I talked about that. So we'll see what happens. But I know that if I ever do have kids, they will decidedly never, I know watching little girls, true. I will never should put them on YouTube. Like I'm not gonna put them on the channel. Just because they are their own person and I don't want to make that decision for them. You know, I want them to make the decision of them being digitally out there. But we'll be like a no screen family. Like we don't have a television. We have like a projector that we like turn on and turn off. No smartphones, no tablets. Like my kids are going to have like coloring books and blocks and marble sets, and they're going to go outside and play and make, build forts and snowball fights and like set things on fire, play with fireworks, have a chemistry set, that type of thing. I don't want my kids to just be like, oof. Adoption. I think adoption's great. I'm not averse to it. We want to try to have our biological ones first. If that doesn't happen, I'm totally down for it. Just adoption's really, really expensive. If it weren't as expensive, I would do it in a heartbeat because then you don't have to worry about childbirth. My dad was actually adopted. So yeah, and it's I have nothing but positive feelings for it. You sound like my grandma. Oh. No, I was not adopted. In fact, I look strikingly like my mom. I would say I'm about 50% my mom and 50% my dad. So my profile and nose that people have pointed out, my aquiline nose is from my dad. My eyes, eye shape is my dad's, but my eye color and like my coloration and my cheeks are from my mom. So yeah. Um, let's see. Did your school administrators support the staff enough? Issues? Um, they sometimes supported me, sometimes didn't. It just really depends on the parent and how terrifying they were. What? I'm not quite sure what this. Okay, cool. Thank you, Against Injustice. I was very confused what that question was asking me. Yeah, the beauty of live YouTube, for sure. I'm still, yeah, getting. The new setup is weird. Like, you had to download, like, software. I was like, why can't I just live stream? Ugh. You're gone for 5 months and just everything goes crazy. So, anyway. All right. Oh no, did you just come here? Did you just come in? Oh, the worst food I've ever tasted. Oh man. What is the worst food I've ever had? I mean, I'm sure it's up there. God. There's like so much. I can't even think about what like the worst food I've ever had was. I always try to remember like the good things, like not the bad. I'm trying to think of like one thing that like I cannot handle eating. Okay, your cafeteria food was terrible. See, there's like a part of me that like loves like the chicken nuggets with the mashed potatoes and the gravy and like the yeast roll, like that combo, and you just kind of like mix it together and it's just I'm kind of salivating thinking about it. Let's see. Sorry. So I'm still like trying to figure out what like the worst food. I used to hate olives. Used to hate it. But I do like them now, so I can't add them to the list. Oh, there's some overly sweet things. Cannot handle them. I can't just, if it's super, super sweet, I'm like, yeah, no. Because there's no complexity of flavor. A really good dessert is sweet, it's salty, it's tangy, it's got like a buttery crispness to it. Like, oh, that's a good dessert. If something's just like sweet, just give me a sugar cube and call it a day. Like, ugh, can't handle it. So I'd probably say that's the worst food ever. What type of chemicals would you use to force noisy to move out as you like? I'm so confused. Like a noisy roommate? I have no idea. To get rid of a obnoxious roommate, I would recommend ammonium triiodide. And by that, I mean don't, because it's a contact explosive that's easily made at home. But it's definitely dangerous, and you could definitely injure someone. So I love Indian food. Love it, love it, love it. In fact, Chris and I just found, and no, I hate the Sour Patch Kids cereal sounds awful. We just found, oh no, it was a Thai buffet, but there is an Indian buffet that I love. My roommate was Indian, so it was delicious. Are you a teacher? Baboon, you must have just came in here because we've been talking about this for a while. And yes, I was a teacher, but now I am a corporate trainer. So let's see. Did you change your glasses? No, I did not. These are my glasses that I've had for a while. So yeah, they're really filthy though. Good Lord. But I can't see. I can't see without them. I'm like, is anyone typing anything else? Oh, that sounds awful, Cap Levi. That sounds so bad. The vanilla almond milk corporate trainer says soulless me. No, I'm not. I'm actually teaching people how to, like entry level people, how to do the position so they don't get fired. So definitely not a soulless minion. A lot of these people, they want to try a new career and they need someone to train them. And so that's me. It depends on Mitch Hamilton. It depends on whether you are closing a circuit or opening a circuit. That's about on or off. Yeah, I like being a corporate trainer. So am I nearsighted or farsighted? I like every time I take off my glasses. Where'd she go? I can see close up, so I am nearsighted. I cannot see far away to save my life. So yeah. Are you like a career counselor? No, I teach people how to use banking software so that they can open accounts and run transactions and stuff like that. I actually found the job that I want to do. Like I think would be what I would want to do for the rest of my life. But I'd have to go back to school for it, and there's no programs near me. And distance programs, like no reputable employer is going to want to hire someone who went through a distance program for this particular career. And that's genetic counselor. I went to a genetic counselor recently when I was figuring out if I was recessive for any genetic disorders that I could pass on to my kids. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's what I want to do, to be a genetic counselor. But not going to happen. So, because we'd have to move, and I'm not doing that. So I just kind of have to realize that the job was out there. I just didn't find it in time, which is a little sad. Pet peeve. People whose like shuns that sound whistling. I can't handle it. Like, politics aside, I couldn't handle watching or listening to Obama talk because his S's whistled. I couldn't handle it. I was like, no. There's a pastor at the church that Chris and I got married in that I was like, there's no reason why I should dislike this woman. And then I realized it's because her, like, they whistle. Like, I can't do it. That's my pet peeve. Let's see. Do I like astronomy? More than astrology. Yeah, I do like astronomy. There's very few disciplines that I don't find fascinating. There are a few. A lot of times when people are like studying those, I'm like, you know what? I think you just need to like get a real job. So, but astronomy is not one of them. I think astronomy is very interesting. Did a tea kettle traumatize you when you were young? We actually didn't have a tea kettle until I was in high school. So no, I don't know what it is, but it just drove me nuts. And yes, we did honeymoon in Iceland, and it was exquisite, and it was so great. Is astronomy over astrology all day? Yeah, no. I'm a Capricorn, though, if anyone wants to know. In fact, I had the exact same birthday as Buffy the Vampire Slayer, not the actress, the actual character, which is why for my 30th birthday, was it 31st? I might have been 31st. Anyway, I had a Buffy the Vampire Slayer themed birthday party where you had to stab stuff. We had to stab like food with like little toothpicks, like little stakes. And I had a fog machine, like filled my whole house with fog, and no one could see anyone. It was really fun. Resting heart rate. What is with these questions? I don't know my resting heart rate. Probably somewhere in the low 70s. Favorite type of music, classical. Can't go wrong with classical. It's great to write to. It's great to relax to. It's great to study to. But right now I'm just listening to the Harry Potter audiobooks right now. That's not music, but favorite classical piece, Chopin Nocturne in C minor, C sharp minor. Yeah, that one's my favorite. Barry is Buffy confirmed. Makes sense. It's true. Am I a writer? I used to write all the time, and I really want to get back into it. But here's the thing: to really write, you have to read a lot, and I just haven't had the time to read. So that's something I am going to do in 2020, is I really want to focus on reading more so that I can write more, because there's a lot of stories in my head that I would love to get out there. So, yes, I play the piano, and I do appreciate a good Debussy piece. I've played several of them. Yeah. What? Oh gosh. Which one do I like? I really like, and yes, I am a Ravenclaw. I really liked, oh gosh, good soundtrack. There's like so many. I really appreciated, I liked Cowboy Bebop's. I thought that was fun. I liked Yuri on Ice. I liked that soundtrack. I thought that was good. I actually was learning the Yuri on Ice piece, but I got distracted with life. But Attack on Titan's awesome. Love it. Yeah, so I don't really have a favorite because they're all great. Oh yeah, no. Ravenclaw for sure. Chris is a Slytherin. Married a Slytherin. Up until Chris, I think pretty much every single guy I dated was a Hufflepuff. I never dated a Ravenclaw or a Gryffindor. They were all Hufflepuffs. And then I met Chris the Slytherin and fell in love. All right. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to go to bed. I'm getting kind of tired, and it is going to be 11 soon. I'm sure Chris is like, dude, it's time to go to bed. And yes, of course I know who Hans Zimmer is. And yes, Full Metal Alchemist is great too. All right, I really need to go. So anyway, I am so glad that I got to come on here and see you guys and talk. And I guess we may not see, but at least see your little names and stuff. Anyway, yeah, more is coming. And now that I have it set up, I get to do this. So anyway, I will see you later. Bye. Good night.